When we look at the current situation in Lebanon, we have to come to terms with the fact that we failed in our revolution, not because we didn't have the right motives in place, but because we didn't have an alternative solution to the many problems that Lebanon is infested with. The World Bank recently suggested that Lebanon is undergoing one of the worst economic crises in the history of humankind. And that begs the question as to why. Why did the Lebanese people, who are considered to be among the brightest in the world, they actually let their country disintegrate into decay and utter ruin? And for us, we have to address the facts. When we are looking at the main root cause of the many myriad problems of Lebanon, we have to look at the form of governance in place. And therefore, we need to come up with a new system in place, something different, something novel, something that will allow us to create a more prosperous environment in Lebanon and could allow future generations to help build something worth our while, worth our time for our beloved country. There are many ideas out there, and many concepts and many different theories that can all play a role in impacting our country and influencing it to be much better. Lebanon is a country filled with possibilities, but it needs the right system in place. And the current system in place, which is a stifling form of bureaucracy, has created many forms of corruption that has only infested the many institutions in place at the current moment, whether it was financial, or it was the military establishment, or the form of governance place, or even the educational system within the country. The system I came up with, amongst many others, is called Allocracy. When we look at Aristotle's 6 classification of governments, we look at the first category being monarchy, and the opposite being tyranny. And when we look at the second category, it's aristocracy, and its opposite is an oligarchy, which is the current form of system in place within Lebanon. And then the third category is polity, and its opposite, democracy. The differences between these forms of government is the following. The first one being the rule of one over all, the second one being the rule of few over all, and the third one being the rule of many over all. My form of governance, called Allocracy, is the rule of all over all. But bear in mind, this is not a form of utopia. This form of governance is made to utilize the various forms of technological platforms in place. It is made to create a new platform fully dedicated to allowing us to focus on the day-to-day form of politics, to get us all engaged, to remove any oppression or suppression of the minorities that can always take place within a democracy or within a tyranny, and to also cut off the middleman like a senator or a representative within government or senate, and to get us much more engaged within the day-to-day politics. We need these new ideas to take root. And in a small country like Lebanon with a population of around 4 million people, such form of governance could actually allow us to pave the way for a new future. We have to test these theories. We have to look into them in order for us to really get rid of the root problem in place, and that is the current leadership in our country. Thank you.